Hello everyone, this is Bodhi, and welcome back to another episode on the Cornerstone SMP. I've got some big plans for today's episode, but first of all, I think we should take a look at what's been going on with the building competition on Hicks's Mountain. If you didn't see the last episode, I would highly recommend you go check it out, as we found out that Hicks is hosting a building competition on top of his custom mountain. So I ended up constructing this medieval style build right here that I am super happy with. And if you guys are excited for today's episode, please be sure to hit that like button and consider subscribing to the channel if you're new. But let's take a look at some of these builds. And in the last episode, we were able to catch a glimpse of Lemon's build, which is right next to ours and looks absolutely fantastic. But also there's some new builds that have popped up that are no longer spoilers, so let's take a look. So there's some medieval houses down here built by Alex that are looking absolutely amazing. And then up here there's also a castle that was built by Jack of all trades, which is an excellent addition to the top of this mountain. I will honestly be happy no matter who wins this contest because all of these builds are looking absolutely amazing. But something that you might have noticed while we were flying around here is that I decided to add the bushy leaves to my Vanilla Tweaks data pack. I wanted to try it out for at least one episode, so you guys will have to let me know what you think about this change. But yeah, I kind of like them and I've been considering adding them for a while now. But before we leave this area, there's definitely some stuff that I want to take a look at in the shopping district as well. I wanted to check the profits on Bodhi buys, but first of all, it looks like there's some shenanigans going on outside here. Someone actually added a road to the front of the shop, which looks kind of cool, honestly, but it also looks like we have some protesters out front here. Protect the children from large corporations. We need child labor laws. What? I would never employ child laborers, let alone Baby Yoda? What? Come on. And this cookie says he fired me because I hurt my hand? Oh god, I don't think some people are very happy with how big Bodhi Buys is getting. And oh boy, it even looks like Iskall from Hermitcraft is about to fall from this upper ledge here. I wonder if there's something we can do to save him. So we added a little pool of water, which should be able to save him no matter how far he falls. As you can see, I treat all of my employees with the utmost respect. Of course, I didn't think I even had any employees, but who knows at this point. I mean, I definitely do have a monopoly on certain items, but come on, there's still a bunch of stuff I'm not selling, and you can even get some of this stuff cheaper at other places. My intention was never to run everyone out of business. We might have to have a press conference if these accusations continue. But anyways, let's go ahead and check our profits. Oh boy, that's a lot of diamonds. So we got almost 1.5 stacks, and we haven't even checked our other shop, so let's go ahead and do that right now. Oh wow, it looks like people were actually really interested in bones for some reason. And let's check the coal. And oh wow, this actually got bought out as well. Of course, I'm not selling the coal for very expensive, so it only comes out to a few diamonds. And there is something that I want to spend this handsome amount of diamonds on at this fantastic looking new shop built by Nella's. It is called R&O, and she's just selling some assorted goods that can actually be quite hard to come by. And one of these things is tridents, which I have not been able to get my hands on yet. And let's see how much these cost. 1 diamond block per trident. That is an amazing deal, and they already come with Unbreaking 3 and Mending on them, so I will go ahead and take one of those for sure and leave my diamond block. And she's also selling all of the different Trident enchanted books, and I'm not sure if I want to take the loyalty route or the Riptide route yet, so I'll go ahead and take one of each. But I decided to go with the loyalty option on the Trident, as well as impaling and channeling, so if a thunderstorm ever does come, we can maybe get some mob heads. But now let's head over to our Star Wars base area to get started on today's project. So it's been a while since we were over at our Star Wars area, and not much has changed around here, although I did try to recruit some snowmen to help us fill up this area with snow layers, but they don't really work too fast, so I think we're going to be better off just waiting for it to snow here. And since we're going to be working in this area in front of the shield generator here, it's time to say goodbye to these trees made out of heads courtesy of Hicks, and we're also going to want to do something about this chest monster here. And after packing up almost a full double chest of shulker boxes of stone and dirt, this area is cleared out and we are ready to start building. And what we're going to be building today are 2 AT-AT Imperial walkers to add to our Star Wars base. Now, if you're not familiar with these, I will include an image on the screen right now. But AT-AT stands for All-Terrain Armored Transport, and we're going to be building them right behind us here because in the movie they are marching towards the shield generator that we have built and trying to destroy it. We're definitely not going to be able to include every single element of this battle scene in our Star Wars base, but I am super excited to get the walkers in because I feel like those alone will add so much to this area. But one more thing that I've got to mention before we get started with the building is that I did not design this, and I want to give credit to the person who did. I do oftentimes like to come up with my own original design for things like we did with the shield generator. However, I was having a really hard time wrapping my head around designing something this intricate, so I decided to turn to the internet for assistance and found a great tutorial on an AT-AT by a YouTuber that goes by the name Alcestris. I might be butchering that pronunciation, but I will have a link to his video in the description for sure. But with all that out of the way, we can go ahead and kick this off into time-lapse mode and get these builds done. So the walkers are now in, and I am so incredibly happy with these builds. Now, like I said, I did not design these, but I did make one big tweak to the design that I think really helps. Don't get me wrong, the original design is fantastic on its own, and I could not have come up with anything this amazing, so big shout out to the original creator. But in his design, the walkers are standing still, with the legs going directly vertical, and I wanted these ones to look like they are actually walking towards the shield generator. So I built the legs at varying diagonals to make them look like they are actually in motion. And I think that it makes these builds fit in perfectly with the scene we are trying to create. There is actually one other change, because these right here were originally skeleton skulls, but I don't have any of those, so I decided to use the iron mini blocks, which might actually look better because they don't have a face on the front, but the skeleton skulls were definitely the best option without this data pack. And we're gonna have to come back up here to snowproof and maybe mob-proof the tops of these walkers, but I don't know if I want to just throw a bunch of carpets on top like we did with the shield generator, so we'll figure that out in the future. And there's also actually a decent amount of space on the insides of these things, so I'm sure that we can figure out some cool stuff to use the interiors for. Be sure to let me know if you guys have any ideas for that. And with these absolutely awesome builds finished, I think that's going to be the end of today's video. So be sure to let me know what you think about how our Star Wars base is coming along, and don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. And I also did want to mention that I'm going to be out of town for a week or so after this video releases, so unfortunately it might be a little bit longer than usual until the next episode. But without further ado, guys, this has been Bodhi, and I will see you all in the next one.